Hey y'all, today we're going Asian with this sweet and sour chicken recipe, so let's get into it. Okay, so you need chicken, of course, chicken breasts, and this is flour and cornstarch and salt. All right, and then you're going to need eggs, light soy, white vinegar, ketchup, sugar. You're also going to need green bell pepper and red. All right, and some onion. We have it all chopped up here. And then you're also going to need some minced garlic. Okay, so we're going to start with preparing our chicken. So you want to cut across the lines of your chicken as I showed you just a second ago. Just cut across there, and then as we get to the latter part of the chicken, the pattern is going to change, but I'll show you that as well. Okay, so you have that, and then you see here the pattern changed. So I just turned the chicken breast, and I'm just going to continue to cut. You kind of want to cut, like, I don't know, 1-inch thick pieces. Just go by, the visual here. So you just want to cut them in a little piece, not super small, but small enough, because of course they're going to shrink up during the cooking process, but you want them small, like little pieces of chicken nuggets. All right, so you just cut across. I left those how they were. All right, gonna cut these pieces just like that. Okay, and then you want to continue the process, of course, until you have all the chicken cut up, and you want to go ahead and set that in a bowl once you finish cutting it up. There we go. All right, so we're going to go ahead and scramble our eggs because we're preparing the batter for our chicken. We're going to go ahead and pour this egg mixture over our chicken pieces that we already have prepared in this little bowl over here, or this big bowl. Okay, so just dump it in there. And then we're going to go ahead and, of course, toss the chicken in the egg mixture. So just take some tongs and just, make sure that all the chicken is coated with the egg mixture. Okay, so I transferred the cornstarch, salt, flour mixture into this bowl here. So I'm just tossing the pieces in the flour mixture. Now you want to put a couple of pieces at a time. I know it's a little bit tedious, but it's really important to put a couple of pieces at a time because you don't want the chicken to all clump together. So as you place your chicken to the side after it's tossed in the flour, you want to make sure that you kind of space it apart so they're not all up against each other, because like I said, once again, you do not want the chicken to clump together. Okay, so before you do this process, you want to make sure that you heat your oil because we're getting ready to fry. All right, so here we go. You just place the chicken right into your like a medium-sized pot. I fried these with plenty of oil. You may not need as much. I like the space, with all the oil and all that type of stuff. So you just get your tongs after you added all your chicken, and you just kind of move the chicken around and break it apart, because it's going to, of course, clump once you put it in the grease, and you want to eliminate the clumping as much as possible. So just in the beginning, and then as it begins to crisp up, you want to go ahead, like here, you want to go in again and go ahead and start breaking the chicken apart with your tongs. Okay, and once it's golden brown, you want to go ahead and start removing the chicken from the pan. Now, not dark brown. You'll see here in just a minute. I'll show you the chicken after it's all been transferred to the paper towel. Like this, you want to make sure it's done. Okay, so we're going to let that drain, all the excess oil drain. We're going to add some oil to the skillet because we're getting ready to prepare our vegetables. So add your onion, your and bell pepper to the skillet. Now you want to go ahead and cook these vegetables until they begin to soften, only until they begin to soften. And while they're cooking, you can go ahead and start preparing your sauce, or you can do it beforehand. So to prepare your sauce, I didn't show you the pineapples before. You need pineapples as well. Okay, so we're going to add all our ingredients into the bowl. That was our light soy. This is our white vinegar. Here's our sugar. And then we're going to also add our minced garlic. Okay, and then lastly, we're going to go ahead and add some ketchup to the mixture as well. And then you want to go ahead and you want to whisk all of that together and set it to the side. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add our pineapples. Just dump them in there, mix them up, and then you're going to follow with your sauce. Now, go ahead and heat your sauce to a simmer before adding your chicken. So we're just stirring this all together. And then after that, we're going to let it simmer. It'll just take a few minutes. When it starts bubbling like that, then we're good. We've already, sauteed the vegetables, so we don't want to just, continue with the cooking process too long. and then add your chicken. So what I did is kind of like I added like a little bit of chicken at a time and toss, you know, just to make sure I had plenty of room for everything. This is plenty of sauce. This is a good sized pan, so I didn't have that problem. But I wanted to make sure that all the chicken was well coated, so I just did it a little bit at a time. Okay, so just keep adding your chicken. Y'all, this chicken is good like that too. I had to take a few plates, I had to eat a few pieces while I was cooking because it was just so good. I'm gonna cook it like that one day too. All right, so just, you know, here we're tossing the chicken into the sauce. You can just use your tongs. And this is 2.5 pounds of chicken. So this is quite a bit of chicken, y'all. You don't have to use quite as much, of course, you know, tailor the recipe to your liking. But I like a lot of chicken, and then I wanted leftovers as well. So I made sure to make plenty of stir fry. And I just picked up some rice this day, some fried rice from the local place where I live. You know, you just serve this over some white rice or some fried rice, whatever your preference is. I usually will store this in the refrigerator for no more than 3 days. If there's any leftovers at that point, I go ahead and toss it. I don't recommend storing it in the refrigerator more than 3 days. Okay, so we're getting all dredged and stuff like that in the sauce. And y'all, when you first finish cooking the stir fry, it does not quite taste like sweet and sour chicken. Go ahead and turn off the heat, let it sit for about 10 minutes, let the flavor soak in, and then it will really taste like sweet and sour chicken. Just a little pro tip, something that I learned along the way. And I'm just sprinkling this with some red pepper flakes just for a little pizzazz, a little color. As always, we hope that you enjoyed this recipe. Please like this video, share it, subscribe to our channel, and we'll catch you next time.